Ron Turcotte situation. One reason I've been a little slow to respond was that we were trying to figure out exactly what the issue was. And Ron has been, I know on occasion, at least as recently as 2012, we've supplied a parking pass for Ron, but that's not an important thing. The important thing, if there's one derby or one issue with which Ron is unhappy, then that's a problem. So I've been trying to contact him. I haven't been able to get in touch with him this afternoon. But there was certainly nothing intentional in any way, any slight toward Ron Turcotte, who's a valued and treasured member of the Kentucky Derby family. And not only did he win 2 Kentucky Derbies, one of them's on Secretariat, and he's a very special person here. He's been on these grounds many times. Been here as a vendor before, but also been here as a guest. Most recently, I guess I interviewed him about 3 years ago. I had a wonderful discussion about his Derby win. So he's a member of the family. Wherever there was clearly a communication breakdown on more than one occasion. I would suggest to you, not making excuses, I would just suggest to you sometimes you've got an event where you have 275,000 people over 2 days. Sometimes the dots aren't going to connect. And in this case, in any case, where there's an issue, it's not good, especially with someone who is a valued member of the family like Ron Turcotte. It is a significant issue, and we're moving to get in touch with him, try to understand what has happened, try to understand where phone calls went. But obviously, at least he said in recent years, at least in the last couple of years, there has been an issue. I'm here to tell you, we'll get it with Ron. We'll get a line of communication open, and there will never be an issue again. And that I can guarantee. But it is incredibly. I mean, we just regret incredibly that he's unhappy with the situation. And again, he's a valued member of the family, as is every rider that has won this Kentucky Derby, and it's just it's extremely disappointing. We've obviously fallen short somewhere. We're going to do better.
Did he have Derby tickets?
For this year, I don't think so.
Did he have them in those past years?
That I don't know either. And again, some of those were episodes where he was working. I know with the Derby Museum, things like that. I don't know. I'm trying to track those down. I'm trying to see who he would have communicated with. I know I never got a call. I don't know. It's just, and I haven't had the chance to talk to him. I wish I could. One reason I'm a little late here is I was trying to reach him and just have not been able to, and so I apologize for that. I'll probably know more in the morning, and I'll be happy to discuss this with you, any of you in the morning on that. But just can't say that enough how much we regret that clearly his feelings have been hurt, and clearly he feels like we don't value him. It's not the truth, but I might think the same thing if I were in his spot. So we'll fix it. We're sorry that it happened at all. We'd like to track down exactly what happened. We're not sure, but just clearly there was a lack of communication. We fell short in some way, whatever it turns out to be, and it won't happen again.
What about the Rick Porter situation?
Well, I've talked to Mr. Porter. We've talked to Mr. Porter, and first of all, just the understanding about what horsemen get when they run the Kentucky Derby and Oaks Days. First thing we do when they enter a horse on those days is we offer them the opportunity for a box, wherever they want it, wherever we can locate it. If it's more than one box, we try to do that. The first thing we try to establish is if they want a box. We don't have comp boxes, but we do have significant selection of seats that we hold back for horsemen that race on those days. The first thing we do is we offer them our racing office, our racing representatives offer them a box. If they don't want a box, we provide them with the third floor walk around. So they're on the track, they're in location to see the race. That walk around also includes access to a buffet we have in I think it's the Pleasant Colony Lounge on the second floor. There's a horseman's lounge right outside the second floor elevator. But it's expressly for horsemen. There's a buffet set up there every day. So in terms of what's offered on those days to horsemen, that's what's available to them. And again, if they need another box, we do our best to try and satisfy those needs. Whether it's in the Derby, whether it's in the Oaks, or whether it's in the first, third, or ninth race, or 10th, 12th races on those days, that's what's available to all horsemen.
Are the bands free?
The bands are, we provide them to them. Those are VIP walk-arounds, third floor, and they are complimentary, and that's for everyone who has a horse entered on those days. So that's the policy. I'm not sure. Again, I'm not sure our communication has been that clear with Mr. Porter. I did talk with Mr. Porter today about another issue that I just found out today that I think he was upset about it, and I really don't blame him. It's just I don't know how to explain it other than it's Derby time, and we've got 12 stakes races. But if you recall, when the La Troyenne was renamed the Eight Bells in 2009, We had a lovely ceremony marking the occasion. Mr. Porter was there, and it was just a wonderful remembrance of the great filly who finished second in the 2008 Derby, and we were very honored to have him here, as we always are. But since then, no one, and that includes me, and I normally think of those things, but all I can say is crush a Derby. We have not invited him back to hand out the trophy for that race every year. Just a flat oversight, just not connecting the dots. And I just found out today that was an issue, and I understood immediately. And so I called him and chatted with him, and he will be presenting the trophy for the Eight Bells on Saturday. Now, as for other issues, or Friday, I should say. But as for other issues, issues he had with seating and things of that nature, I can't say much on that. I still don't know much on that. I think we're still discussing that with him. But in terms of what horsemen receive, as to comments in Mr. Porter's blog the other night, that's the package that's available to horsemen who race on those days. And obviously in Derby and Oaks especially, we look to satisfy as best we can all the needs of all the horsemen. Sometimes with large partnerships it can get a little dicey, and the inventory is strained a little bit. But just if nothing else to iron that out, there's that. As for other issues, Mr. Porter stressed, certainly he's a great, he's one of the great owners in this industry, and he works and does a lot of very positive things for this industry, and his horses have done wonderful things here. We love it when the Fox Hill horses are here, and we've had some wonderful performances by his horses over the years, and we hope we will continue to beyond the running of the Ali Sheba and the race by Normandy Invasion. Always special to have a Derby horse run back on Derby weekend the next year, and we've got about half the field in that race from last year's Derby. But at any rate, anything that's been said over the last 2 days, we're reading closely, taking seriously, and where we have fallen short in terms of horsemen's relations or customer communications, we're going to work on it, we're going to improve on it, and we're going to fix it. And again, we regret any hard feelings anybody has had to this point. Still don't know exactly how the thing with Ron happened and how we didn't get any communication beforehand, but we're working on that, and I hope to know a little bit more as the day goes on. So, don't know if that helps. I hope that helps, and I'm telling you all I know because I've spent any hours I've been here today, I've spent on the phone with a lot of folks just trying to find out exactly what happened and what the issues were. But been at this 139 years, we'll perfect it someday, but we're not there yet.
So what things are going right?
I think a few things are going right. We got a nice field coming up. The weather's good, so I'd love to take credit for that, but I can't. I'd have to take credit for the others. I'd take credit for the good. But I think it's going to be a great Derby weekend. I mean, the races are filling up for the weekend, or have filled up for the weekend. The stakes races are all terrific, and we're just looking forward to great renewals of the Oaks and Derby. I think we've got potential superstar horses in each of those fields, and we got a lot of exciting new things here. The big board, and I'm truly excited about our new grandstand section up here. I think we've got a lot of things to smile about going into this Derby, and the things that make our